Horrific images many of us will soon not forget, ever forget, turned into moments of remembrance and signs of strength. These are just some of the images of how people are pausing to honor the lives lost on this date 18 years ago. From New York to D.C. to Pennsylvania, bells rang out today for each of the victims from 9/11, and in New York State, students pausing for a moment of silence. And many of us, of course, lived through 9/11. Many more now learning about that day in the history books.
That's right. I visited the Georgia National Cemetery in Cherokee County, where Metro students got a humbled history lesson by serving those who served us.
And they're actually visiting some of the many veterans who were here who died long before 9/11.
Around 2,200 have been buried here every year since the Georgia National Cemetery opened in 2006. And with more than 14,000 headstones on this National Day of Remembrance, an army of students is serving.
You think about it, it's just, a headstone. You're just cleaning headstones, but you're cleaning someone.
The history lesson is not lost on them. Headstones from wars around the world neatly line the rolling hills.
Like every single one of those graves is someone who has helped this country grow.
September 11th is now known as Patriot Day. It's a national day of service and remembrance. And though these students were not alive on September 11th, 2001, they sure do know the story.
And they're reading about it in history books now. And their parents and folks like ourselves telling those stories.
As much as it shouldn't have happened, our country did grow a lot.
On a day when we remember the nearly 3,000 who died in the terror attacks in 2001, students are appreciating freedoms and life's fragility.
There's 2 people over there who died like 14 days ago, or 13, and their families are probably missing them a lot.
On Patriot Day, honoring those who fought a good fight and are now resting in peace. Those kids were sharp. It's not lost on them one bit. One young man said to me, puts things in perspective. You know, some of us argue over who's going to get the last cookie, and there are people out there losing their lives for our freedoms.
Yeah, students that really seem to get it, what the day means, and why it's important to remember.
Definitely, and we will never forget the sacrifices of those on 9/11 and beyond. You can see more of the remembrances and also learn the stories behind this tragic day on WSBTV.com.
New at 4, the FBI wants help now to identify a man involved in a child exploitation case. Investigators